You know him for his summer anthem, Beautiful Girls, a song that captured the essence of a generation, becoming a global hit. A track that skyrocketed Sean Kingston from a hopeful kid in Miami to one of pop music's brightest stars. But this isn't a story about fame. This is a story about a fall that no one saw coming. Behind the catchy beats, behind the beachside vibes, there's a darker truth, a truth about financial fraud, violence, legal battles, and a career that went from world domination to utter chaos. What happened to Sean Kingston? How did the man who was once riding high fall so far? Join me as we dive deep into the shocking downfall of a pop star who once had the world at his feet, but lost it all. It all started in 2007 when a 17-year-old Jamaican American kid from Miami dropped a song that would forever change his life. Beautiful Girls was infectious, blending reggae and pop to create a sound that was fresh and impossible to ignore. The track became an instant hit. Beautiful Girls topped charts across the globe, earning Kingston praise for his smooth vocals and unique style. He wasn't just another artist, he was the next big thing. By 2008, he had signed with major labels, and his debut album was well on its way to global success. But it wasn't just about the music. Kingston was becoming a brand. His exotic sound, laid-back personality, and stylish appearance made him a favorite among the media. He quickly became an icon of cool. His life seemed perfect, his career destined for endless success. But fame, as we know, comes with a price. By the time he was in his early 20s, Sean Kingston's rise to the top was marked by excess. Luxury cars, expensive jewelry, lavish parties. Kingston lived a life of indulgence. However, it wasn't just about the flashy lifestyle. Kingston's attitude began to change. The fame and money took a toll on him. He started surrounding himself with people who wouldn't challenge him, and reports emerged of erratic behavior. Friends, family, and even business partners began noticing a growing sense of entitlement. His personality began to mirror his extravagant lifestyle. Public confrontations became frequent, and his reputation was starting to shift from cool pop star to difficult celebrity. His behavior was no longer just the result of youthful exuberance, it was becoming toxic. By 2024, the cracks in Sean Kingston's empire began to show. What was once a music career built on genuine success turned into a series of criminal scandals. It was revealed that Kingston had been involved in a massive financial fraud operation. Using his celebrity status, he and his mother were accused of purchasing stolen luxury goods worth millions. The operation was sophisticated, involving shell companies and fake accounts to acquire high-end electronics, watches, and furniture. Kingston's world was crumbling. The public was stunned. This wasn't the same kid who had once captured the world's attention with a catchy summer tune. This was a man entangled in criminal activity. The fraud allegations were serious, and the fallout was swift. The luxury brands he'd worked with were now distancing themselves from him, and the industry began to question his character and integrity. His music career, once thriving, was now overshadowed by this scandal. But it didn't end there. Kingston's violent temper started to make headlines too. Reports of physical altercations with fellow artists were becoming common. In 2012, he was reportedly involved in a violent altercation with Migos during a Las Vegas trip. Though the full details remain unclear, it was rumored to be linked to gang tensions, and what began as an argument quickly escalated into a full-blown fight. A confrontation that even allegedly involved gunfire. And that wasn't the only feud Kingston was embroiled in. His long-running conflict with The Game was another public battle that took the focus away from his music. Fans began to see Kingston not just as a pop star, but as a troublemaker. His confrontations didn't stop at other celebrities. He was getting into public disputes on social media as well. From cryptic posts to outbursts about betrayal, Kingston's online persona mirrored his unraveling life. By 2010, the controversy surrounding Kingston took another dark turn. He was accused of sexual assault by a woman in Los Angeles. While the case was eventually dropped due to lack of evidence, the accusation alone tarnished his public image. Legal battles started piling up, with lawsuits stemming from the fraud, unpaid debts, and other shady dealings. Business partners who once believed in Kingston's potential began to sever ties, leaving him with a reputation as a liability rather than a star. As the music industry distanced itself from him, Sean Kingston turned to social media to vent his frustrations. Instagram and Twitter became his stage, but it wasn't for music promotion anymore. His posts became increasingly erratic, from complaints about fake friends to cryptic messages about betrayal. What was once a fun and engaging platform turned into a cathartic outlet for his anger and confusion. His fans, once loyal and adoring, were now seeing a side of him that many couldn't recognize. Rather than trying to salvage his career, Kingston seemed to spiral further into self-doubt and bitterness. By 2024, Sean Kingston had gone from pop sensation to a man whose name was synonymous with scandal and failure. The fraud conviction sealed his fate, and any hope of a comeback seemed all but gone. The music industry turned its back on him. Fans were disillusioned, and the dream of a pop star living the good life had turned into the story of a man losing it all. From the high of being a summer anthem legend to the low of legal battles and personal strife, Kingston's fall was as rapid as his rise. Sean Kingston's story is a cautionary tale of fame, ego, and the dangers of unchecked success. From the golden days of beautiful girls to the dark reality of fraud, violence, and legal battles, his rise and fall is a reminder that in the world of entertainment, nothing lasts forever. What happens when you lose sight of who you are? When the fame, the money, and the luxury blur your perception of reality? Sometimes the price of fame isn't just the loss of privacy, it's the loss of everything.